Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Factorio C Block. That's right, we're back. It's episode number 22. Took a little bit of a break over the holidays, and that break stretched on a little bit longer than I originally intended. But regardless, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We are back. You're back. I'm back. We're all back together, and it's time to continue this series. Okay, so last time we met, it was about 2 months ago. And I was working on creating the infrastructure to put down all the different types of metal we will need for science to complete this playthrough. And off camera since then, I think last time we met there was 5 or 6 types of metal left to go. However many there was left, I have completed all of the layouts. I'm sure I made a mistake here or there, but the majority of the work left to be done on the metallurgical center, creating our rainbow belt of all these different types of metals. All that work is finished. This is gold, silver, this is brass, this is tinned copper wire, just trying to remember all the different things. These are belts of copper, that's iron, that's steel, this is tin, this is lead, this is solder, this is glass, this is silicon, this is aluminium, and that is Invar, and to that, we're going to be adding 5. And originally, I think I only thought we were going to need 3. Well, for science, we only really need 3 left. Right here, we've got a titanium layout, which we're going to hook up in a second. Then here, we've got, I think that's Nitinol, which is nickel and titanium. So similar, just adding nickel. And then here, we've got tungsten, which is a bit trickier than the others. It's like the end game metal. We have those 3. And then I'm also adding in 2 extra, which we don't actually need for the science, but I'm going to add anyway. The zinc plate and the nickel plate, we will be using those for a few odds and ends. I think mostly for the upgraded high-end RoboPort type stuff. We'll need those things. So I went ahead and added them. The one thing involving metal that we don't really have at the moment that I will still need to deal with later is we will need areas just making ore to power up the catalysts. We've got a little area here. This one is making nitric, one of the acids required for our stuff, and it uses these catalysts. The catalysts use, like this one uses copper ore and iron ore. This one uses silver ore and aluminium ore. So we'll need a spot to make those. I don't have a solution for that yet. That should be simpler than what we have. Because it just requires less stuff. Okay, I guess we'll walk down the line and turn them on. Maybe we'll do, since they're simpler, and I foresee fewer problems, fewer mistakes I would have made. Let's do the zinc and nickel first, and I think I already set up everything, plugged everything in even, except for the carbon going to this chemical furnace and that blast furnace. All right, so we've got the zinc ore there. We've been sorting for that before. That is a combination of the bobmonium and the gibbelite with the mineral catalyst. Then we are taking the ore and processing it. And then that's going into a blast furnace with carbon and oxygen. That's going to the induction furnace to melt it, basically. Then we're pressing it into plates. Kerblam, kerblam, it works. It's magic. It's science. It's chemistry. Okay, similar thing here. We got the nickel ore, sapphirite, rubite, mineral catalyst, processing it. Then we're making the nickel cathodes there with sulfuric acid. Or I guess we output sulfuric acid. Or is that inputting? No, it's inputting sulfuric acid, right? Yeah, okay. Processed nickel plus sulfuric acid equals nickel cathode. And we blast furnace that into the ingots. And then when that gets melted, then that gets pressed. Okay, so we got that and that. We don't need, you can tell it's not compressed. We don't need a ton of it. It's just for like random RoboPort stuff later on. In fact, we can look it up right now. Look at zinc, look at plate, right click it. Oh, I can't, that's right, I forgot, I can't move this. So zinc silver battery is the only thing that a zinc plate is used for, and that is used to make RoboPort charging pad, laser turret, which we don't need, battery, which I guess we'll eventually make sure. Personal laser defense, which we don't need. Another one. Fast accumulator, which I'm not sure we're going to care about. By the time we get to that, I'll probably be using nuclear power. Slow accumulator, yada, 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 stuff. Laser rifle, which might be fun to play around with. Just odds and ends, not actual science stuff. Okay, so that's those two guys added to the belt. I am going to have to shift our belt over a few blocks. Once we get the new science area set up, these are not accumulators, substations. These are getting removed as we upgrade to Substation Mark III. All this crazy power is going to be a nice refined grid. But I didn't account for these two when I initially laid this out, so we're not going to be centered anymore between these substations. I'm going to have to move everything over a few blocks, which shouldn't be too hard. I'm just going to cut off the supply, suck up all the stuff on the belts, move the belts over, no big deal. Okay, let's see, this one, let's not do this one yet. Let's go up here to the titanium. Okay, so for these ones, I think we've got to go all the way back over to... See if I can walk through here. Nope. Okay, those are pretty close. All the way back over to where the mineral sludge is. We'll plug that in and just watch it go one section at a time, make sure everything works. And I plugged everything in correctly and stuff. Using a lot of blueprints, but every one of these metals is a little bit different. And once the whole thing is up and running, of course, we're going to have to do... just run around and make sure everything's working properly, and we'll have to increase the production of our coal and carbon and stuff in the back end. And I'm waiting to do that until we can take down our old base, which is kind of in the way. Okay, so this guy right here. Let's see, are we still actually, since I ran sideways, let me just make sure I'm still in the right spot and not turning on the Nitinol or whatever it's called. Is this one the Nitinol or is that the other one? I think this is the Nitinol. Okay, that's that. I am... Where's my guy? I don't see my guy. This is the titanium right here. We want to plug in blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red. Oh, yeah. Okay, I saw myself that time. Is this me now or is this map? This is me. Okay. Blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red. So that one. Then this one. Use a robot for that, I guess. And then that one. Okay, so the mineral sludge is going down there. We got the filter frames getting exchanged. Using coal to do that. We're getting the ores, sapphirite, steratite, and this one is rubite. I think there's so many names in this, and I'm a little bit still forgetting the names, but I'm mostly caught up and remembering how to do things. It took me a few hours when I first logged in after not playing for a while. I had to walk around and click on things. And it was kind of like riding a bike a little bit. At first, it was like, wait, what is this? What's going on? And then after about maybe an hour, it's like, oh yes, I am in the Matrix. I see all possibilities. Okay, so these are getting the chunks getting turned into, leached into crystals with the addition of some acids. So we need to make sure that these are all working, so that make sure the acids are all hooked up properly. We've got some of these geos look like they don't have anywhere to... Oh, I see. I see what happened. That's why we turn these things on one thing at a time, to find these little boo-boos. Okay, this one is creating. Now they're flowing down. Now they should speed up again. We got red and blue coming through here. Looks like slower than this one. But they are working. Okay. Maybe something else was backed up. Or I guess these were backed up. This is working. Okay, the light blue here is slower. And that's the kind of thing I'll go around and check. I just want to make sure everything works, and I'll go look for the really nitty-gritty problems later. And it might be that the way I've set up the inserters here, they're not pulling equally from all of the different belts. So maybe I just need to add some more so that they every one of these ore sorting facilities is drawing from each of the belts. But it is set up properly. Maybe not optimally, but it's working. We're getting some titanium ore out of here from our crystals. That's running around here. It's getting processed, which is nice. What's this output? Oh, that's the... Oh, I see what I did. I guess I set this one up a while ago because I kind of forget. We got the chlorine gas. Processed titanium and carbon is making titanium tetrachloride. And that's going in the pipes straight over to make titanium sponges in this chemical furnace. I don't know how any of this chemistry works. I'm just I'm matching A to B, like a puzzle game, basically. Titanium sponges. Okay, lovely. Those are getting inserted into blast furnaces to make ingots. That's working. Those guys are getting melted. Apparently the belt's full, so something is working properly. Molten titanium pressed into titanium plates. Okay, sweet. Next we have a titanium alloy, the Nitinol. I think it's Nitinol, right? We'll find out in a second if I am calling it by the right name or not. Let's walk down here and do kind of the same thing. We have an extra one here. Why do we have an extra one that's not set up? Oh, I can't walk through that. Are you kidding me? I can't walk through there either. We gotta go around. Too many of these little things added in. I've thought about... I probably won't do this after C-Block, but I've thought about doing it C-Block again so that I could redo everything with my... now that I know how the mods work. Let's see. Okay, so this is... Oh, this is titanium again, right? The blue, red, blue... Huh. Oh, no. Okay, we've only got one because this is making nickel, and that's blue-red. Okay, I understand. I understand what I did. I'm remembering things. Things are coming back. Okay. That doesn't go there. We're looking for that one. Plug in these guys. This guy is just a placeholder. I could get rid of it. Maybe we will eventually. And we have to connect that one. So we've got the blue, light blue, red. That's the titanium. Then we've got to set up the nickel, which is right there. All right, but I probably won't do C-Block. I mean, one thing at a time. We still have a ways to go with the first run of C-Block. Probably won't do C-Block immediately after C-Block. That would be insanity. Okay, you're working. You're working. You're working. Fantastic. But we might come back to it one day and put my my knowledge of the mods, how they work, to better use. Okay, so these guys apparently don't have anywhere to go because, once again, I probably didn't re-add something. Or did I never... Right here, I never gave them somewhere to go. Or never... Oh, this is the end of the whole thing. Okay, and so they're going to need a... I guess for now, I can put them... I got to figure out what we're doing with those and where they're going and how they're getting processed. For now... Let's just put them in a chest so that we can make sure that all this is set up properly. Okay, so we're making titanium. So a lot of that is similar up to the point of making the ingots. And then we're also making nickel ingots, which we've made before. In fact, we just went over that to the left where we made nickel plates. That's coming over here, and instead of the induction furnace just melting up the titanium on its own, we're doing titanium and the nickel. And we are getting belts. Now, why aren't we getting... Seems like we're missing some ingredients here. It sort of dropped out. We've got the chlorine gas. We are missing processed titanium. We're missing these. Okay, light blue is not functioning. You don't have anything. Is the belt full? The belt is not full. We're still working through this backlog. In fact, that might be the problem, that the backlog is preventing stuff from being taken off the belts. Okay, but nothing is even happening here. You have sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid pipe is not full, though. Maybe that is an issue. Okay, so let's reconnect, retrace our steps with the sulfuric acid. That's running down here, through here. It should be getting unbarreled. Off in this direction. Okay, why aren't you unbarreling? Did I fail? Okay, so this has sulfuric acid in it. Do we not have an inserter? Did I take it off and not put it back? Oh, yeah, okay. That's the problem. I must have been swapping things around. There's no inserter there. There must have been at some point because there's sulfuric acid in the pipe, and apparently I moved something. Okay, now it's putting the barrels out. Okay, good. So now was that the problem? Let's run back here. These belts are full. Light blue. I see geodes on the line. So maybe we're not... Oh, yeah, okay, so now the problem is that the geodes are still backed up. Okay, so we just need a way to get rid of the geodes. Everything else is set up properly, though, because we got the plates out the end. We just didn't get very many. Let's go ahead and let's set up the tungsten, and then we'll come back. The tungsten is using the ore refineries. It's the only metal to use them. And it doesn't complicate the setup. It just makes it bigger, from what I can tell. From what I remember from laying all this out, let's go lay everything in. Seems like the game got quite a bit quieter. I don't know what that's about. Maybe we'll run around the outside. So to get these, we need the yellow, the light blue, and the brown, which is Givelite, Sturatite, and Bobonium, I think. Okay, we're going to do 6 of those. So we'll have 2 pairs, or 3 pairs. Plug that guy in. Plug this guy in. And then this is for... Oh, okay, we need to plug this guy in as well. May as well do this now. This is to make... whatever that is. I can't remember the name. Fluorite? I think fluorite ore. Okay, so all these guys are turning the mineral sludge into the ore. That should be getting turned into the chunks. Let's make sure we're getting stuff here. That's getting made. That's getting made. It's possible, too, that I haven't set up all the filter. Oh, yeah, okay, so this filter's not even right. Okay, so this needs to be changed to light blue. There we go. Did I screw that up anywhere else? I might have. Okay, now it seems to be working properly. And these 2 are just blank. Those are leftovers. Okay, now this is working. These guys are going from Sturatite chunks to the crystals. Crystals are going down that way. Run. Where can I run through here? My original layouts got more complicated as I had to add in more pipes and acids and stuff like that. Okay, so here we go. Purified Givelite is getting made. Bobonium is not quite there, although I do see them there. They were getting made. Okay, what's slowed down? Oh, you know what it is? It's the geodes again, clogging up the line. Okay, so things are functionally working. There's definitely some optimizations to be made. We are making this stuff. I just don't have a good enough way to get rid of the geodes, get those out of the line. And why don't we put some lights down? It's kind of dark here. Let's see if we are making the powder. Is there anything on the belt or... Oh, I know what's missing. Okay. So anyway, we've got the purified stuff. Givelite, Sturatite, Bobonium, and the catalyst getting made into tungsten ore. Did we make all of those? We did. We've got tungsten ore here. We're creating hydrogen chloride gas right here. That's a simple thing. We pump up the seawater. We separate it into chlorine and hydrogen. We recombine that into an acid, and that goes right in there. And then there's an output here for the calcium chloride, which I have no use for. We're just going to destroy later. And then this gets turned into tungsten oxide. And we're just getting rid of the purified water we don't need. That oxide is getting put in here. And here is the step that is not quite operational yet, because there is a bit of a loop here with fluorite ore. So this is a little bit of a loop. So we need to jumpstart it with some fluorite ore. I'm creating fluorite ore right here because we need to make the hydrofluoric acid, which is used in one of these processes right there, the yellow crystals. And so we just need to rob it of some fluorite ore, which looks like it's Okay, took some. I'm not sure exactly how much we'll want to jumpstart the process. I think that loop is a bit more than positive. It's not a one-to-one loop that's just going to cycle around endlessly. Let's get about 20 and see if that'll do. So we will have to deal with excess eventually with a overflow valve and one of these things. Okay, so let's just go and I guess we'll dump it in there and let it go down the belt. It's going to go in here. It's going to get combined with sulfuric acid, which it doesn't have. Okay, that's one thing I didn't do. That should be nearby, though. We can just lead a belt around. This is kind of like a minor thing. That shouldn't take too much. Where do I have sulfuric acid? Right here. Okay, I meant to lead that over, and I guess I forgot. This belt should be able to keep up with that. Okay, can we go... Probably can't go underground all the way through there, no? So we kind of need to snake around. It's coming up through here and then not going anywhere. I guess I can do it like that. Is that interacting with anything I shouldn't? I don't think so. Okay. And this is the last of the metal, except for the ore stuff we have to make, so I'll just run it right through here. Maybe move it later. Connect it up like that. Okay, there's that. Put this there. There we go. What happened here? Oh, okay. That's part of the balancer. To leave a little bit there. It did something. It's probably not enough. Yeah, okay, let's go grab... In fact, I can just grab this off of there. And place that directly in there. There we go. Okay, we did enough for a little bit. That might be enough to start the loop. So we've got this tungsten oxide stuff, which we took from this acidy thing, which we took from the ore. That's being liquidated, basically, with hydrofluoric acid to... And then we're separating that out in the blast furnace into tungsten powder and fluoride ore, and then that fluoride ore is going back around... Oh! Okay, I see another problem. Yeah, okay, this inserter here should be a filter inserter. That's what happened. That's one of the things that happened. I guess we will set it up like that and that and tell it only to output fluoride ore, which is going to be here, I think. No, next tab. There. Fluoride ore. I guess I can search for it. I like to know where things are located, but for now, we'll just do it this way. Aha, okay. So set it up like that. And then put that there. Like that. Filter these guys out. Yeah, now we've got that there. That's no good. Put that back through. Put this back in there. We are making the powdered tungsten heading down that line. Do we have enough here for a positive? I guess we can go back here to where I'm actually producing the ore, where it's not a loop, and we can just take more out of it. In fact, what we can do... Let's grab... Does this have more than one output? No. Okay, so we just need a... Oh, no. It needs to be taken out of here. Okay, so the only output here is that. So let's just grab an inserter like that. And for now, let's disable that and just pick up some fluoride ore to make sure that we have enough in that loop to make it go around and around. Do-si-do. There's 30 already. Okay, how is our... The geode problem needs to be addressed. I'll do that upcoming. This line, and I'm not even using both sides of the line, which is something I can easily address. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. There's 70. Let's get about 100. And then turn this back on. 98, 92. Okay, good enough. Turn that back on. Get rid of that. Pick that up. Okay, I've got... Oh, wow, look at that. I have exactly 100. Okay, that should do it, I hope. Plop that in there. Okay, now we're making... We've got more of these salt things, which I don't really have much use for. Like this right now is calcium sulfate. If we look that up, calcium sulfate, right-click on it. What does it make? So we can... Yeah, a lot of these stuff have these, like, multi-part recipes, which I don't really have a use for. You can take silicon ore and calcium sulfate and purified water and turn it into crushed stone and sulfur dioxide gas. I have much more straightforward ways to make sulfur dioxide gas, and that's the only thing it does. So we're just going to be getting rid of it eventually. Down the road. It's kind of dark right here. Okay, but that seems to have done the trick. And as we go around, this loop will get more and more full until I think until it's gonna shut down because the fluoride ore is gonna back up the belt. Okay, so after actually looking at it, I think I probably made a mistake. I don't think it's a positive loop. I think it's a negative loop, which means we need to put this ore on a belt and bring it over there to supplement. So we'll just do, I guess, something like this to bring it out there. This one guy should be enough to run all that. If not, we'll obviously fix that. Oh, it's just barely not going to reach. Let's do that. So it does. And then we'll set this guy up to reach properly. There we go. The belts were backed up, so it was about to shut down anyway, and it would have fooled me if I hadn't have been looking at it right then. But of course, I would have realized later, at one point or another. So let's see. I guess let's stay out of the way of those belts. So maybe we'll just come down here. Can always move stuff later. Just run it straight up to it and say, "Here, have some ore." If this runs into problems later, we'll have to obviously come back. We won't really be able to really fine-tune this thing until all of these belts are actually being used, not just sitting there doing nothing. Now we're doing that. This was already backed up, though. It couldn't get rid of the powdered tungsten because of the belt. Okay, but that is working. Are our belts full? I think they are. We have all of our different types of metal, finally. Okay, let's pick up this. This was our blueprint like our shorthand shopping list. Our to-do list of different layouts to get up and running. Now they're all done. Next episode, we will be moving to the south, and we will be setting up the circuit area. And we're going to be using a combination, now that we've got this done, combination of belts with small areas of high-activity robots. Not a big distributed robot network, but small areas of jam-packed robots where they do a lot of work and don't have to travel very far, so they're more efficient. Okay, buddy. Everybody jump inside me. Oh, this is a very big milestone. I know it took a few months to get to this point, but now we're here. Hopefully, things will start moving along quickly at this point. Let's run back down here. Let's take a look at our nice, our lovely scarf of all the different types of metal, which I have to shift over, I think, 2 blocks. 2 units, 2 belts worth. We've got, if I can remember all of them just from looking at them, these are zinc plates, nickel plates. This is Invar. And what's this? No, this is Invar. What's this one? Okay, I can't remember. Cobalt steel. Oh, that's right. I forgot all about the cobalt steel. Okay, let's start over. Zinc. I'll just edit that part out. You never saw it. Didn't happen. Zinc, nickel, cobalt steel, Invar, aluminium. This is silicon plate. This is glass. This is solder. This is lead. This is tin. This is steel. This is iron. This is 3 lines of copper. This is tinned copper wire coils. This is brass. This is gold. This is silver. This is titanium. This is nitinol. And this is tungsten powder. Holy crap, we're done. I mean, we're done with this part. We still have a lot to do. That's it for this episode. We're done with this episode, that's for sure. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.